Let's talk Pakistani dramas. And this week we're doing my final roundup of 2024, the special mentions. These are the 10 dramas which could have been on the top 10 list but were left out due to stiff competition. Honestly, 2024 had a ton of options. This was a great year for Pakistani dramas. First is a show many expected to be in the top 10. Ishq Murshid provided us with a beautiful, romantic love story which required a suspension of reality, sure. But whatever it was, we were on board. Unfortunately, by the final one-third, Shamir had a personality transplant. We couldn't logically see the leads move past their differences, and the final execution of the plot was ridiculous. Next is Rad. Shehryar Munawar was excellent as Salar, Hiba Bukhari was strong and confident as Iman, and Iman and Salar had our whole heart. And then the Zayn revenge storyline kicked in, completely removing focus from Salar's mental health and completely wasting what could have been a meaningful story. Jaffa is a show I battled with. Had it been based on Andalib and Numair's storyline alone, this would have belonged on the disappointments list. However, it's Maura Hussain and Moeeb Mirza who saved the show and brought it onto this list. I absolutely loved Zara and Hassan. The portrayal of DA, the victim response, and the road to recovery, it was all brilliant. Bismil is a show I honestly wrote off. It was incredibly toxic, triggering, and difficult to watch. But it's that final episode which earned it a spot on the special mentions list, making a strong statement at the end, delivering a strong message through Savera Nadim's character. Don't take what you have for granted because it won't always be there waiting for you. Jeevan Nagar was not a perfect show, with the large bulk of the middle episodes seemingly aimless and miserable. However, with the final batch of episodes, Jeevan Nagar created newfound appreciation, and deservingly so. Jeevan Nagar represented Pakistan, and the residents of Jeevan Nagar represented those who play into the hands of political parties. We need more well-intentioned, intelligent dramas like this show. Kafara finds a spot on this list just for being a thorough entertainer. Laiba Khan and Ali Ansari were excellent to watch. Sometimes I just look for a good watch, and Kafara was that solid guilty pleasure. 7 Days in Coney Island was a 3-episode miniseries following the lives of several residents in Coney Island. The show touched upon immigrant hardships, casual racism, cultural hypocrisy, differences in societal norms. There was a lot to appreciate, but it was also only 3 episodes. Let's Try Mohabbat was advertised as a breezy romance, but it was so much more than that. This was a fun watch which emphasized the importance of communication in relationships and expressing one's feelings. The entire cast was excellent in this 10-episode series. Serial Killer was an 11-episode series starring Sabah Qamar and Faiza Jalani and told a riveting story of a serial killer and the cop on the hunt to catch her. This was a female-oriented, powerful show, but as a true crime lover, knowing the serial killer's true identity from the first episode itself made it a bit predictable. And last but not least is Inspector Saiba, a spin-off of last year's Gunah. The show was genuinely enjoyable with great performances, particularly from Rabia Butt. The downside? It was only 6 episodes with so much more story to tell, and it just felt rushed. Grey, Contractors, and Yahya were 3 other shows which deserved a shout out. Did I miss any of your favorites? Next week we're back to talking about new shows.